Hi there. So a lot of people ask me food prep questions all the time, so I thought I would just show everybody so you get an idea of how I approach it. So what I've done here is I've grilled up a bunch of chicken, and it doesn't have to be chicken. I cook up all my protein at once, chicken, turkey, bison, things like that, and I use the George Foreman grill here. And then what I do is I put a bunch of plastic containers on the counter, and I got my scale here. And for me, a serving size of chicken would be 3 ounces. There we go, that's about right. Then I put that into the container. And then what I do is I've got my veggies here, and I measure them out. And I like to mix around my veggies. I usually don't use the same one. I add some variety. So for this, we're going to do approximately 2 cups of asparagus and edamame, and then I create these frozen meals, and I just always change around everything. So I'm going to show you all my freezer. So this is everything's protein and non-starchy green vegetables. And you can see there's some turkey, there's bison, there's everything. It's just all lined up, and this way I just have to pull something out and I'm ready to rock and roll. And you'll see what I do then is, there's also some meals that contain carbs, so I do my carbs separately. This right here is half a potato, or I use the Trader Joe's organic brown rice, and I'll cook that up, and again I just measure it and put it into little containers. So then I know I'm going to have 2 meals with carbs during the day. So I grab my base protein and veggie, then I grab 2 of my carbs, and I'm ready to rock and roll. The other thing I do separate is fruit. I'll get bags of mixed frozen fruit, and then I measure them out and I put them in containers, because I also I usually eat about, unless I'm really hardcore into the competition prep, I'll do 2 fruits a day. So those are all pre-measured, so I can just grab them too. So that's what I do. And then for fats, what I tend to do is I learned to stay away from nut butter. It just wasn't working because I would just always eat more than I should. So I do a lot of nuts, and what I'll do is I'll get the big containers, because it's cheaper that way, and then I'll measure out a 1/4 cup serving and put it into the little bags, and then I just take my nuts and I separate them into big bags. So this is almonds, this is walnuts, I have some sunflower seeds, and I just always try to eat different fats. I don't always eat the same nuts. I change them up all the time. And then I also do avocado and things like that. So I found that by prepping this way, it really helps. And then I eat 2 fats a day, and I just need to grab the 2 fats and add that onto my base protein and veggie. And this is another example. I've got a big bag of oatmeal. Usually Bob's oatmeal, gluten-free. And then I'll measure it out into little bags. And this way, again, I just have to grab it, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So, and then usually for breakfast, I'll do a lot of egg whites, like egg white omelets. And this is the way I found that it's most convenient, is I just buy everything, and then I just have to measure it. And the veggies that go into my omelets, I'll go and cut them up ahead of time. So this way I just have to grab some and put it in with it. That, and then I have, the baby spinach and the kale and things like that. So it just makes it really easy. So I've found that that's what works best for me for food prep, is just like having everything done ahead of time. And you would think it takes a long time, but it doesn't at all. It actually makes it much easier in the long run to have it. So, then I go and I grab my cooler and just throw my meals in there, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. And they're already frozen, so it's not even like you need ice packs. So that's it. Everybody's always asking me about food prep, so I just thought I'd do a video so you could all see. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.
I have a question.
Go for the question.
How do you heat them up?
Microwave. Now, ideally, I will tell you that heating up your vegetables in the microwave isn't ideal, because you do lose some nutrients. But I found that when I tried to think of everything in perfection standards, I would just get paralyzed. So I try to think in a more what's achievable to reach my goals. It might not be absolutely perfect, but it gets the job done. So what I'll do is I'll take the plastic container, I'll throw it onto a paper plate, throw it in the microwave, 3 minutes, done. All my proteins are cooked ahead of time. So, and that's one of the things too, when you cook your proteins, you probably don't want to just cook them well done. You want to leave them a little bit undone, because you know you're going to be nuking it for a little while, especially bison, because bison just, it cooks so fast. So you want to leave something with that. And then that's the other reason why I leave the veggies frozen, why I don't cook them, is that this way it's the first time getting nuked. So, and it's just, it works so well. Any other questions? Great. So anybody else have any questions, just ask me. And thanks a lot.